That's it. Like we don't have to stress. We control all of this.
We control the narrative.
We control the narrative. Just be chilled. Hi. Hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Corks Chats, where we have decanted conversations, chilled vibes, always involving corks, few convos between friends. I'm your host, Thando and S'the, and we have with us
Thando and S'the.
Yes. And we are Corks Chats. So, as by Corks Chats today, our episode is around Decanted Chats, which is where we just go into small conversations about how things are going. And to kick us off,
welcome back, everybody. It's great to have you back. We'd like to introduce you to a new member of our team.
Before we get started, we need to start with the cheers.
Oh, yes. How could we not? Before we cheers, we'd like to introduce you to our guest today.
Yes.
The fat bastard, Golden Reserve.
Very, very delicious. So, welcome.
Welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
To Corks Chats.
To Corks Chats. So, as per new guest, you were introducing us?
Yes, our new guest is our new editor, our new director, our social media partner.
A critical cog in this wheel.
Absolutely. Keeps us in check. Sometimes we are not sure who's the adult here.
And who's leading, but that's another story for another day.
So, with
no further ado,
we welcome Agwande Wavy Mzimela,
aka Adam Sandler, aka Matsetse, aka what's the other aka? What a boy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited to be here.
And I think the most important part is that everything that you guys are seeing, the edits, the montage in the beginning, at the end, how everything is flowing is all thanks to this lovely gentleman over here. So we say, hurrah. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Corks Chats.
All right, cool. Let us go into our convo. But yes, before we get there, also to our fans, we've seen your interactions with us, and we're loving it. Yes, ever since we started posting 200 likes, 200 video views in the first day, and we're seeing the growing numbers on Tik Tok, growing numbers on Instagram, and obviously the main site on YouTube. So yes, click like, subscribe, catch us on these channels. But yes, the support has been great, and thank you guys for joining us on this journey of Corks Chats, and enjoying our podcast.
And also shout out to Queen B, Dorothy Bonang Mateba, for liking our reel, taking interest in Corks Chats. Sarah and I actually met at the launch of the BNG non-alcoholic. And that's how we became friends, and that's how also this idea was born
of the podcast. Yeah.
So we look forward to hosting you.
Yes. So this is a blatant invite. Come join us, Bonang. Please check your invites in the mail. And also on new news, guys, we have a new logo. So drum roll, reveal. This is now Corks Chats. We are going to be out with the old and in with the new. Out with the old and in with the new. We love it. I think it really represents the new direction that we're going with, and it really speaks to wine, conversation, chill vibes, and who we are.
And it's young, it's fresh.
And all thanks to AI. Got to keep going with that fourth industrial revolution. Or is it the fifth? Which one is it? Fifth wave. Yeah, it's the fifth wave. The waves are coming. We caught it, and this is what we have now. So we've got a new logo.
And a new director.
And a wavy director. Catch the wave. So, Thando, Decanted Chats. Let's just address this very April, Easter, April as a month. April, my baby, you owe us nothing.
Give that girl.
Give
that girlie
I don't know, appels,
deserves,
but give her flowers. I mean, long weekend after long weekend after long weekend. There was a time where I think even the employer was asking, like,
bathi ningasazi emsebenzini
ngoba kuyafana vele. Uthi ungena ubuzophuma uhlale ngathi uyaphuma. I mean, I think every second weekend was a long weekend, and we love you. Somebody said that on the comments, they said that thank you, Easter, for showing South Africa a pre-Christmas.
Pre-December.
Pre-December,
but what
yes.
December is supposed to be
what
like.
December is supposed to be like. December, please take notes. This is what we want from a holiday type of view. But yeah, with Easter, I mean, the biggest thing, Black community, the pilgrimages, everybody goes home. I don't know, were you around? Do you go home?
Homer Springs.
Homer Springs. That also.
It's in Mpumalanga.
Springs needs a passport, so you went home.
I wasn't.
You was home. I know. I also made a trip down Easter. I mean, you have to go down. As migrant workers of South Africa, you know, we have to go to KZN, and yeah, the commute, the traffic. At least there wasn't so much drama this time.
No, there was no drama, and I also heard a stat that there were no accidents. You know that always an accident in Limpopo.
Yeah,
apparently there were no
yes.
accidents. They were recorded no accidents this year.
And also we had Cyril Ramaphosa actually up for Easter in at ZCC. Yes, him and his best friend, Patrice, were there.
Yes.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, we love that. But just talking about Easter, I mean, Easter is a big church thing, like we said, ZCC. Now, I don't know about you, but what's your relationship with communion? Communion wine, that, you know, what's your relationship with that?
So communion, we take it at church. It just so happens that I just get to church and then they tell us we're taking Holy Communion.
Of course.
There's no calendar. I don't know if there is a calendar when you take Holy Communion. I just said leaving free and it's there. I love how modernized it's become.
Okay.
So it comes in little cute, like, shot glass things.
A shot glass flavor.
No, but it's like packaged.
Okay.
Packaged, and the biscuit is at the top. It's sealed.
Okay.
And you get this little pack, and then you open the seal, and then you eat your bread.
It's giving very COVID-19.
It's premium. It's supreme. I loved it.
Okay.
So no hands anymore. Just a little pack.
A little pack.
A little communion pack.
Okay. Very demure, you know. Very cutesy. So Mina, with communion, it's completely different. My experience has always been communion. I mean, you get in the beginning, you know, you get the guys coming through, the wardens and the priest, and then they give you a sip. Were you a gulper, or did you just let it sit on your lips? This is a safe space.
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth. So generally, you're supposed to go and just have it on your lips, a touch. Right. Some people learn the trick to just drop the chin, and then automatically you get a little bit more wine. What I've also seen is people who will come through and be like at churches where they give you the wine itself, so they give you the chalice, you know, like your whole goblets. We bambi now, and then most importantly, we yes, please bring it back. Don't now be holding on. But one thing that I've also noticed is that there are people that will fall asleep during the whole service, but when it comes to communion,
number one,
very ready, up and ready to go. But that's just the way it is. Maybe that's our relationship with alcohol, you know.
Ours is juice.
Ours is juice.
Yes, but you say?
Okay. My brands, Monas maybe? Monas. At my church, because, you know, they're very serious about religion, it's actually Red Maltana.
Okay.
Yes. Shout out to the churches. Please send us some Red Maltana. We'll review on behalf. But yes, Red Maltana. And I'll tell you a funny story that I actually had from my church, whereby, you know, when you want to give back to the church and they always ask for a tithe, 10%, something like that. Offering. Thank you. This guy was like, you know what, because I enjoy the bevs, I would rather just do an offering of the wine. So, at the beginning of the year, he always delivers about 2 cases of wine and says, please be away with me for the rest of the year. This is my tithe. Yes.
Where's my phone? I need to take notes.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we are saying that, you know, with religion, there's a wine conversation also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, they always said that when people are like, God said mustn't drink, you turned water into wine.
We will stand on that truth from now until the end of time. We'll stand on that truth. It's in the Bible. And it's always quoted by those that enjoy the beverages. Shout out to that man who turned water into wine. Where would we be without you?
Sky daddy.
But yeah, other crazy things that have been happening.
Yeah.
Trumparama.
Trumparama.
Urama, Ubaurama. I'm asking for a friend. Oh, cupcake. Yeah. I love it when he responds to it.
And he took a delegation.
Yes.
We were supposed to be part of the delegation.
Because we are golfers. And that seems like that was the criteria for it. I mean, forget the political standings.
No.
Do you know golf? I mean, Uncle Ernie was there. Mr. Big Easy.
Mr. Horson.
Another.
Mr. Kusan Lakanda. He was there.
You know.
By the way, Kusan Kanda are relative Horson's wines.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Ernie else has the Big Easy.
The Big Easy.
Yes.
I've actually been down in Stellenbosch to his wine farm. Yes. I still need to work on my chip to the hole, but yes. So there is a relationship between wine and golf.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So Trump, Ramaphosa, the drama. Can we just start with the elephants in the room?
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys in red, the beret gang. We love you for what you do. They couldn't have it without you.
The domestics.
You know what I'm saying? My father.
Yeah.
But in the middle of the conversation, they were saying there's horrible things happening in South Africa.
The genocide.
It's wild. And
then the 49.
The 49 truckers. The young
tech.
Yeah, the young tech gang. I mean, hey, not to get too political, but we really did love it. I think it's got South Africa written all over it. I mean, who else would do it except for South Africa? Like, we are the country who will do something like that, and then on the weekend we'll have somebody winning a gold medal. You know, but we stay relevant.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that's the most important part.
We
stay relevant.
We do. And then the strongest, I don't know if you saw this, the strongest guy in the world.
Yes.
South African.
Yes, he's South African. And also the track stars. I mean, Akani Simbin.
Yep, absolutely.
Shout out to our young Skotane, by the way.
Doing the
most. Firstly, I have to ask a question. Did he really go to Kuro?
Did Walaza?
Yes, Walaza.
He went to Kuro.
He went to Kuro.
He did.
I know he did, but if you've seen his latest interview where he says... Hey.
No, I saw him at his matric.
Yeah?
What are they called? Like the ceremonies that
they have? The farewells or the final dinners.
Before the exams.
Because the
exams,
remember
he won at the
Olympics? Yes.
And then he came back and he had to write exams.
They stopped assembly for that man to get his gold medal. You understand? Love Walaza. But his English was running faster than him in that interview. And I mean, we love it for him. And Futsi, him,
it was breaking records.
No, it was really breaking records. You know, and I will change it when I see fit. Which we love. I mean, we love Walaza and we love what they're doing. And I think that's also a nice little segment to find out. Now, we are here, as you guys know, podcast. We're doing our chill amongst wine. And how did you get into wine? This is a safe space. All opinions are...
Okay, how did I get into wine?
Yes.
All right. It's actually a very lovely story. So when we were growing up, my dad was part of the wine club.
Okay.
Shout out Mr. Arthur.
Shout out to Mr. Arthur.
Shout out to Mr. Arthur.
Shout out to Mr. Arthur.
And the late Mr. Arthur. So my dad was part of the wine club. And if I'm not mistaken, he would get wine every month. A case of wine every month or every second month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every 2.
Yeah.
So that's 6 cases a year.
Something like that.
I love it.
Yeah. Something like that. And then every Sunday, as a family, we would have dinner and we were allowed to taste.
This is critical.
Wine. And yes, I was like 12 years old. Don't arrest my parents, please. Don't come for my parents.
This was safe consumption within safe parameters.
My parents were very cultured.
Yes.
Yes. It was safe and it wasn't this much. It was like that much.
And I'll tell you, I actually know this from Italian customs, where they'll pour that little bit much and then they'll add a little bit of water for hydration, you know, and then the kids would be allowed to actually...
And it's a safe space and we know what's going on and we know about the wine. So that's how I was initially introduced to wine. And then I can say that my dad and I first enjoyed our first bottle of wine together. And I remember it was a Kanonkop Cadet. I was 21 years old.
Love it.
Because we were only allowed to drink with mom and dad only when we were 21. They knew we were drinking at 18. It wasn't a secret.
But nobody spoke about it. There's no need to have such conversations.
But when we savored a bottle of wine, it was Kanonkop Cadet. We were in Palito. And a weekend away.
Paint the scene.
I'm telling you.
I can hear the waves.
You know, it was a beach house. I remember.
Course.
And I can also say that the next morning, nobody was speaking to the other person.
Because? How?
You know, they say Kanonkop. Went straight to the cop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Kanonkop.
Shout out
Can't wait to review you. So, yeah, I mean, black households, drinking and alcohol consumption is definitely a taboo. So this is my first time actually drinking wine, as you can see. The last episode was my first time. Shout out to my parents. Hey, mom. Yes, I did not drink before. No, but on a serious note, first real interaction with wines, I think, was pretty late. I was a bit of a late bloomer. Came from KZN, so KZN is a beer country, you know. But as I grew up, as I matured, I would say it would be around probably 20. When I started taking wine seriously, was in my late 20s.
Okay.
You know, that's when I started actually ordering wine, getting it on a monthly subscription through Cyberseller, starting to actually know the difference between the different wines. It wasn't just Fourth Street. It wasn't just Baron. It wasn't just JC LaRue, because that's how we know alcohol. We know it by name. You know, you don't know it by Syrah and whatever. So yeah, it was very late in my life, but I can definitely say that it's a journey that just has not stopped reaping rewards.
Absolutely.
I mean, learning more about wines, learning more about how they do it, how they make the wine, what makes it different. And you guys saw in our previous reel the journey that we've been on to actually get to this point. So yeah, that's where I started, and now we are enjoying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
enjoying
enjoy the wine
a lot. And I think I've also been quite blessed to incorporate my wine drinking with golf. So I used to work for a golf company.
And this is why we say that she should have gone on the delegation. You guys understand?
It's supposed to be part of the delegation. And we used to go to like amazing golf estates like the Hook, Serengeti, Zebula. And we were so fortunate to have, I'm very fortunate to have met O'Neill's.
Of course, Mr. Big Easy.
Mr. Big Easy.
Second time shout out.
Fortunate to have met him.
Yeah.
At these golf things that we used to go to. So yeah, I think that also grew my love of wine, incorporated with my love for golf. Shout out to Mr. Arthur, introducing me to golf as well.
Tell us in the comments, guys, should we actually just do a golf episode? Because I'm seeing this theme popping up.
A golf review.
A golf review,
I think so.
a swing per sip, something along those lines. We'll work out the details. But
sip and swing.
Sip and swing. So I think as South Africans, we've turned everything into a sip and something. We sip and paint, we sip and see, sip and swing. Yonke into nje in a sip. Okay. Critical hydration, guys, hydration. So yeah, I mean, with all those golf places that you've gone to, obviously we can see the fascination and the linkage with it. And yeah, I think it's possibly something we'll do in the future. You guys will let us know if there's a demand around that.
And quote one of them as well. Yeah.
All right.
Story for another day.
Story for another day. So the month of June is actually International Mental Health Month, especially for men, mental health. So just on a side serious note, mental health for men is actually a very serious thing. And yeah, man, hug a guy, listen to your gent. I listen to a friend who's a guy. Mental health, men most of the time don't get to talk about things, but you know, for all things that you can't talk about, at least there's wine. But yeah,
But don't lean into
you
it.
don't leave. Yeah, don't clutch it.
Don't
clutch
clutch
it.
onto the wine.
Touch, dabble, move. You know, pause,
But
touch, engage.
talk about.
But talk about it. It's always better talked about, and if you're talking about it with friends, hey, enjoy
Even
it over a
better.
coffee. Even better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And travel. One of my favorite subjects, travel.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about where have we traveled to so far. Springs doesn't count, even though it's in Mpumalanga. Where have we traveled to so far in this year?
This year.
This year.
Mpumalanga.
Mpumalanga.
Springs. No, this year I have not done any traveling.
Uh-huh.
I had a traumatic travel experience last year.
I mean, we've only got time.
I got stuck in the snow.
Ah. Oh, yes.
I got stuck in the snow.
September last year. Crazy weather, South Africa. 2 days of snow down in KZN. People were living in their cars.
Yes. I'm a statistic.
You are people.
I am people.
Mm.
I was stuck in the snow for 19, almost 21 hours with my mom and my 2 sisters.
Mm.
And then when we tried to leave, we got stuck in Ladysmith.
Of course.
And the toll gates were closed.
What else?
We tried to book a hotel, fully booked.
Of course.
And then luckily we have family in Ladysmith, so we went to stay with my aunt in Ladysmith. And then it took us another 7 hours the next day when we finally left. I think it was a Sunday, when we finally got to leave from Harrismith, from Montrose. I'm actually just even going to say from where.
Take it back.
Ne? From Montrose to Randburg.
Yeah. It's a cute.
6.5 hours.
So that is like a 2 hour max. What, 3 hour max trip.
Yeah.
So for it to take 8 just shows you how crazy it's been.
How crazy it is.
Travels for this year, I think I've joined your bus. There's been no travels.
Because home doesn't count.
Home doesn't. KZN. But second half of the year, actually, in fact, let's talk about it like this. If we were to look at wine places of the world, describe a wine and a location that you would love to go to and paint the scenario. I'll go first.
Okay.
Talk to me about Champagne, Moet. Moet Champagne, the only place. Oh, what? Moeti?
Mute Shandon.
Muten Chandon.
Mute Shandon.
I know that Mureki can say it whichever way he wants to. But for the...
For the ones who studied, I studied French as well at school.
Oh, au revoir. Je m'appelle Simbiso. Ça va, ça va? For a person that knows French, he's really not getting in on this.
Comment ça va?
Ah, comment ça va? Ça va, ça va. All right.
Ça va bien, merci.
Like I said, Moe, Alto, 326, Los Angeles, what are they? Leonardo Towers here in Stanton. That is where I'd be having champagne. And fun fact, they've got a vending machine that serves miniature bottles of Moet, and that's one of the reasons. I can just see the Moet with that little foil thing on top, sipping and watching the view of Johannesburg. Definitely the sunset, preferably when it's warm and the drinks are just flowing in and it's chilled and it's beautiful. That for me is the first scenario. To you?
For me, it would definitely be Bryanston.
Okay.
I know we said the world.
So
let's start in South Africa.
Let's start at home.
Let's start South Africa, Johannesburg.
Okay.
Bryanston, wine pairing. I think it's a 7-course that he serves.
Okay.
And it's Chef Wandile.
Okay.
Wandile Mabaso.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Shout out Wandile Mabaso.
Yes, we're coming for you. It's
Yes.
at Hobart.
The restaurant is called Hobart.
No, the center is called Hobart.
Okay, Hobart Center, right?
Definitely would like to do that. There's a beautiful 7-course tasting with the wine pairing.
With the wine pairing?
Yes.
It sounds like another episode. Tell us in the comments.
Please. And to the world, definitely. A friend of mine is actually going there next week for her birthday to Nice.
Of course.
The south of France.
Where the water's always warm.
Where the water's always blue and warm. Champagne country. That's what they call it.
Done.
So we will wait for your invitation. We will be there.
And we will like vicariously through your videos on Instagram. Please keep posting, said friend.
Happy birthday, good friend. To the world, yes. And
That
then,
one.
yes, absolutely.
Can I add my world one?
Happy world.
So, a big whiskey fan, which also falls under Corks and Chats category because it does have corks. So, whiskey, Island, I've got a passion. I've even got it on my vision board. Glenmorangie Distillery there in Ireland. There's like a tour where you can, so it's going to be Glenmorangie, it's going to be Jameson. I'm definitely popping by there.
Okay.
And I would love to actually do it with my dad. I think it would be an awesome Father's Day gift for like just a parent bonding moment. But definitely whiskey, Irish town, it's cold, it's muddy. We're wearing those puffer jackets, you know, nalama boots to fitting in with the crowd. There's a fire over there. We're enjoying the whiskey. Dad is using his big English. My dad loves to use big English when he's yes, when he's during Labant. So then we're having that and enjoying it. Yes, that would definitely be it. One of the trips for the world. Yeah.
Okay. And then I would probably do a repeat to Rickety Bridge.
Okay.
Trip to Rancho Castellanbosch. I went there a couple of years back. Not a couple of years, a few years back. What an amazing experience.
Rickety Bridge.
Delicious, divine wine. I went again when I took the tram. We'll talk about the tram.
Those that know the tram know the tram. We'll get into the tram at another episode. Yes. But the tram. The Stellenbosch tram. Nah, your foot long.
At Rickety Bridge.
Yes.
What an exceptional experience.
Okay.
And I was fortunate enough to sleep over.
Of course.
It was beautiful.
Love it.
Highly recommended. Must be done.
Okay. All right. And yeah, I mean that basically wraps up our segment for today.
Our Decanted Chats.
And we just want to say from Corks and Chats, please click, like, subscribe, and have yourself a great one.
To Corks and Chats.
To Corks and Chats.